I'm going to teach you how to get a job at Tesla just like I did. Let's go for a run. Then I'm going to go get some toothpaste, which I already did. And I'll tell you the 3 quick and easy things to get started. Let's go. What is up, y'all? I just did 3 mile. It was, it said 8 minutes, but I did do some stopping for intersections. But I'm gonna charge my car and then I go surfing tomorrow. So while I charge my car, game plan, get toothpaste. That's all I gotta get. That's it. Let's get on getting on. Anyways, now that I'm walking back, I was curious, what are you guys' thoughts on the video games? Let me know in the comments below, because I like doing them, but it's not much storytelling. I'm trying to get better at being comfortable talking in front of the camera as I'm video gaming. It's kind of hard. It's hard to multitask. I can't run and vlog. I've tried. It's very difficult, especially on sprint days. Whew. Man, my saliva. Blah. But we out here. We ran a little bit to Chase Center. Or not Chase Center, sorry. Giant Stadium, which is Oracle Park. And we're just walking back to the car that is charging currently. But besides that, it's been a while since we've done a little walk and talk. It feels good. It feels real good. How do you guys like the shorter videos? Because I feel like the shorter videos are a bit more of a vibe. I'm also going to try out some shorts, some shortages, make some YouTube shorts. Supposedly that helps get more of an audience, and for me, more of an audience means more opinions, means more constant feedback. Again, thank you everyone for sending all the feedback and the love for the not all days are good, some days are just bad. But today's a good day. I had a lot of fun today at work, making some fixtures, which was good. Engineering stuff, more craftsmanship, and I love that. So it's really teaching me how to learn how to build things, prototype things from a CAD design, which honestly, in my previous job, I did not have that. So this is a step up. Now, you may be asking, Asher, what did you do before what you're doing now? Which I won't tell you what I'm doing now, but before, I used to work at the devil's company, Tesla Motors. And Tesla was great when I was there. When I first joined, it was amazing. It was really the dream that I wanted. I wanted to be close to car design, wanted to be close to designing cars. And that was the place that could offer me that. And it was up and coming. It was back in, I first started there in 2019 doing battery pack design. And then I switched over to, battery pack manufacturing, where I did, a bit of design, but not too much. Then I switched over to factory design and infrastructure design. And I ended up moving away from batteries, which was in Nevada, and then moved here to California, to San Francisco. Now, if you're ever trying to get a job in that type of field or at Tesla itself, the best way to do it, I tell this to everyone, 1, make sure your resume is exactly to the job that you're applying for. That's number 1. If you're not qualified, don't go for that job. Go for one that you think you're qualified for. Number 2, if you see an open application, the best time to apply is within the first 24 hours that it's posted. And do it from the company website and not from LinkedIn. Reason being is sometimes there's a delay for LinkedIn. And if it's on the company's website, that is the true first place that they post it. And then once it is posted on LinkedIn, look up the job title and see if another person has posted it on their LinkedIn. Reach out to that person that posted it on their LinkedIn. If they don't give you a response or you can't find it via that post, you search up people that are on that similar team. Don't just open up and say, hey, I want to get this job. No, say, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. I want to hear more about it. Because honestly, a job posting isn't the whole job, right? It's really getting to know, what is your day-to-day like? Who are the people that you'd be working with? What is the environment like? I know it sounds kitschy to be like, it's not about just getting a job. But it really is. And that initial interaction, not just wanting that person, that relationship because you want that job, that really sets in some good intentions behind what you think you want. And then it confirms it when you have that conversation. If you have that conversation. Because if you message, I got so many messages when I was at Tesla of like, how do I get there? What do I do? How do I get to the position you're in? And that's just not really what it's all about. I mean, it's about having a passion for the thing that you're doing, and Tesla will hire the person that is passionate about that. The way I got in for my internship was originally it was for manufacturing, which is I was going to school for mechanical engineering. Manufacturing is kind of broad. Mechanical engineering is pretty broad. And for interns, there is a bit more leniency on skill set because you're an intern, you're in college, you don't have much experience. So really, if you're an intern, like the key essential thing you look for any intern, because it doesn't really matter about skill. I mean, it does a little bit, so you can have like the baseline tools. But the key to that really is just, can they perform the job at a high skill level? Is not like a question of interns. It is a question of how passionate are they about what we're doing, and are they willing to put in hours and hours and work their butt off when they're an intern. And if you do that, they will offer you a job, no questions asked. But the initial thing is like, show that you're extremely passionate. And for me, it was like sustainability, it was cars, which I loved cars. I've always loved cars. I really thought that Tesla was doing something different by going electric, and really pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a car in today's society. With, at the time, combustion engine cars were dominating the market. Now it's not really the case anymore. And the sustainability was, I didn't realize at the time batteries are very difficult to recycle. So that is an issue that is going to have to be figured out probably pretty soon. But it does have a good way to transition the car market out of fossil fuels. So at least the energy production off the grid is easier because you can get electricity from anything, from gas, from oil, from wind turbines, from you name it. You can get electricity from there. Nuclear, if you think that you have a nuclear facility nearby that's powering your city or whatever. But nonetheless, if you're passionate and you're an intern and you make a good connection, I can guarantee you will get an interview if you connect with somebody, you're passionate, and you somewhat meet the skill set. If you're an intern, if you're full-time, you 100% will need more experience, for what that job is for. That is just like a no-brainer. But the end state, let me catch this light. But if you want a full-time, still possible. You just have to be a bit more tailored towards what job you think you're qualified for, or you could be qualified for. You don't have to have every skill. But again, when I was doing it, I used to apply to lots of jobs, which I would say nowadays it's probably, they have a bit more safety measures, so you don't apply to every job. Like some companies I know limit you to 3. I know Google, Apple, I think Meta they'll have you limit to 3, so you can't really do that anymore. Tesla, they didn't have that. So I used to apply like a lot. If there was a job, I would apply. But my goal when I was, in college, trying to hit Fortune 500 company, was to apply to 5 to 10 jobs a week until I got interviews. But you don't only just, apply. You also have to follow up with cold calling, calling the headquarters, meaning like, hey, I put in my application, blah, blah, blah. This is the application reference. Usually that doesn't work, but, it shows intention, passionate, hardworking. And then I would also message 3 to 5 people for every job, specific job application, saying, hey, I saw this job, and I was just curious. It seems like you do a similar job. I would like to learn more about it to see if I'm compatible. And then boom, you also usually can attach your resume, but you want it to be as easy as possible for that person to be like, yes, and then you just say a date, and then you meet via phone call, Zoom, whatever. So when I was applying to Tesla and I got the internship, there's some generators. It was not easy because the recruiter that I had, she was like, let's set you up for an interview. I did the screening call. It went well. She was like, you're moving on to the next round. I was like, awesome. Can't believe this. And then 1 week passed, nothing. 2 weeks passed, nothing. 3rd week, I was like, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say, you said I was going to move on. Just following up. Just wanted to check in. What are the next steps? She said, oh, yeah. We'll set up the second interview. Then every Monday for, I think, 5 or 6 months, for every week, I would message them. And there was a couple back and forths. And then it just was ghosted for like a month and a half. And I was like, oh, wait, can I go? No, I can't. And I was like so confused. I was like, what the hell? I'm supposed to get this other interview. Turns out I got a message that month and a half later, and it was another recruiter, and she was like, hey, so the recruiter that you were working with is no longer with Tesla, and we just closed the application. Sorry, no job. I was like, what? No job? What are you talking about? I was like, there was an opening, and I said the hiring manager's name, and she was like, oh, I thought this was for another one. So then she went and checked. She was like, oh, actually, yeah, they are hiring. Let me schedule something for next week. So she scheduled something for next week, and lo and behold, I got that interview. I did the interview, and I said, look, I want to make a change in the world, and Tesla is the place that I can do that. There's no other company that I can work at where I can make a change and, solve engineering problems every day. And that's what I want to do. And then, so that was my little spiel, but that was the only reason why I want to work at Tesla, and it mixed all of the interests and skill sets together. So I get a call 2 days later. It's the hiring manager, and he says, look, we're stuck between you and this other candidate, but she has a little more skill set, but you had the passion, and you can't find that you can't train that, is what he said. And he's like, and so we want to extend you an offer. And at that moment, I was like, my life has changed forever. And this is an Ohio kid from frickin' middle of nowhere. Didn't have a great college on my resume, and just somehow landed this. And yeah, the rest was history. I did 3 internship rotations. I went into full-time, worked at Tesla for 5 years, and now I've switched because Tesla has transformed into something that is not matching my moral compass. More to come when I go into the grocery store. Gotta get that toothpaste. You guys want to hear a free business proposal?
Thank you.
Oh gosh.
Someone will be with you
You
shortly.
should definitely check and see if you can make this an app on your phone that's connected to your ID, so you don't have to wait for a person. You could just have your phone, walk up to it, has your ID, you scan it, you get what you need. And then if you do try to steal it, then they have your ID. Maybe somebody would try to steal your phone, but you just connect it to like logging into your phone. But you could sell that app to different grocery stores. Just saying, if anybody wants to do it, you got me. You got me to thank. Make some money. Peace. On that note, I will talk to you when I get home because there's too much going on here with music. I'll close out my story with a couple extra adages. So, in summary, I would recommend that if you're trying to get a job at Tesla, you should, one, do everything that you can to be as passionate about what you want to do, or any job. This doesn't have to be just Tesla, but second, make sure that you're qualified for the job. Third, make a connection with somebody and make it good. Make it genuine.